Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. In today's video we are in Branson, Missouri, and we're going to be touring the very popular Titanic Museum here in Branson. We are going to be focusing specifically on creepy artifacts inside the museum. Most of these items you'll see today were recovered from the wreckage, and I think you're gonna enjoy it. Let's go in. Just before we go in, you have to admire the size of this ship, with the iceberg to go with it. And as you can see right there, the water. Grand staircase. Absolutely beautiful. Done in such detail. But this item over here, highly fascinating and definitely creepy. So this is the Isidore and Ida Strauss memorial, basically, and a true love story. There's a part of them that's featured at the end of the Titanic movie when they're both laying in bed as the Titanic's sinking. But they were the owners of Macy's department store in New York City, if you have not heard of them before. Very famous, wealthy couple on the Titanic. But she could have been saved, but she was not leaving him, so they died together on the Titanic. And absolutely amazing artifact right here. This is Isidore Strauss's wedding ring. After his body was recovered, they pulled this wedding ring off his finger, 18 karat gold, with the following inscription inside: Ida to Isidore, July 12th, 1871, valued at over $100,000. And they pulled that off of his body once it was recovered from the water. Oh, there's the Macy's department store in New York. And like I said, if you remember at the end of the Titanic movie, there's an older couple laying in bed as it's sinking, and in real life, that's what happened to them. Just imagine, I don't know if they were actually laying in bed together, but if they were, this is very close to what it would have looked like.
She saw the movie, but could not finish it. The woman does it, the last one we saw.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. She saw the Titanic movie, but she couldn't finish it.
The 1997 one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This jacket was worn by a Titanic victim. I wonder if that's blood stains. Probably not. Who knows though? But someone's body that was recovered from the water was wearing this. Life jacket worn by Laura, first class passenger. This is only a front half of the jacket, but this was worn by a survivor. This is also worn by a Titanic crew member who survived. I can't believe I'm seeing this, but this life jacket was worn by Mrs. Astor. Oh my gosh. Wife of John Jacob Astor. I believe the wealthiest person on Titanic, if I'm not mistaken. He perished. He's buried in New York. I'm gonna go see his gravesite one of these days, but this is the life jacket she was wearing. I cannot believe that. She was put on the boat and never saw her husband again. Rare collection of Titanic lifeboat plaques. Oh my gosh. So these are all were on the side of the Titanic lifeboats. It's an unknown one, but some of them like Titanic lifeboat number 12, number 2, number 5. Oh gosh. Lifeboat flag and nameplate. This locket was given to Maria Robinson by her fiance Wallace Hartley, who was one of the musicians. Kept it for the rest of her life. There they are. And let's go back and pay him a visit. His violin was found in 2006. Sold for $1.7 million, currently owned by a private collector in England. None of the items in this glass case are were recovered from the Titanic. They're just showing you the what the fashion was like. But later in this video, if it's still here, we'll see some actual clothes that were recovered from the wreckage.
Oh my, I wonder what that sound was. But I certainly don't want to be that asked. Actually, it's to work as a children's aid for a local family. You to share a trip. Isn't it neat story?
No one, I don't think, will ever really know if the captain went down right here like it's shown in the movie, but if he did, I mean, I can't imagine that. Must have been so creepy. From what I remember, it gets very cold out here. Oh yeah. They want you to feel like you're outside the Titanic at night, and they blast the ACs in here. Iceberg right ahead, said 24-year-old Frederick Fleet, the first person to spot the iceberg. Oh my gosh, so he survived, and then he drew this sketch. 2 parts. First sight shows the iceberg as a bump in the horizon impact. So this is his original sketch and his original letter that he wrote with his signature. So this is Thomas Miller. He helped build the engines on the Titanic. Here's his 2 sons. And before he left on Titanic, Thomas Miller gave both his sons 2 new pennies and told them, "Don't spend those until I see you again." As you can imagine, you know what happened. His youngest son kept the pennies for the rest of his life. So Thomas passed away on Titanic, and his 1 son kept these 2 pennies, and they're still here today. This is Titanic's 3rd class menu. Only 4 Titanic 3rd class menus exist, valued at $100,000. Souvenir Titanic hat band was purchased by this boy's uncle. Very rare and possibly the only one remaining, valued today at $55,000. Here's a 3rd class passenger ticket inspection card. These buttons came from a jacket that Frankie wore while on the Titanic. There's little Frankie. Believe it or not, this little bear, not the big one, but this little guy, was on the Titanic. I'm not gonna go through all of these, but these are all original photos from people that were on the Titanic, either survived or did not. And you yourself can experience the sloping of the deck as Titanic sank, which I did last time. I'm not doing it again, but I did manage to make it all the way to the top. Right here's a real life-size lifeboat. Looks like a ton of people could fit, but obviously there wasn't enough.
This is going to be our smiles here. 3, 2, 1.
This is what I remember, and I was waiting to see. Child's blouse. This young girl's blouse was recovered in an unknown Titanic passenger's trunk picked up by the recovery ship McKay Bennett. This blouse is priceless. So this is the trunk. I have no idea where the trunk is today. It's either in a museum somewhere or a private collector owns it, but this is the child's blouse. I'm sure we'll never know if this child that this belonged to lived or died, but obviously they weren't wearing this when the ship went down. Like I said, this was recovered from the water and was found in a trunk. Absolutely fascinating to see this. And I did not make it this time. Patrick Dooley, third class passenger, age 37. Really sad to think about this, but it's kind of the reality. Like if you look at the first class passengers, almost half and half, not quite there, but almost half and half. Second class passengers, same thing. But then if you go look at the third class, only 181 survived, 528 perished. And the crew is about the same. 212 survived, 679 perished. With Captain Edward John Smith at the top. One of 3 Bibles saved from the Titanic. Reverend Bayman carried this Bible on him. Personal business card carried by a first-class passenger.
Once a graveyard of shipwrecks.
A man who could make a lot of money out of the domination of these sea lions to succeed.
With millions at stake, everything about the Titanic was wondrous. Starting with her size. She was almost 900 feet long. About 4 city blocks.
So this case talks about a family, husband, father, Bertram, his wife, and their 2 children. Bertram, age 1 year, and Eliza, 9 weeks, who was the youngest child on the Titanic and the last living survivor. But he died, and then she was just left with the 2 kids, and this was given to them. Because once they got to New York, they really had nothing left. So someone decided to give this to them. Oh, and here they are. Here's Bertram, the husband, father who passed away, the mom, and the baby at 9 weeks old, shortly after the disaster. And here they are getting older. And there's that baby, Melvina, as a young woman, and here she is later in life, the last living survivor who passed away. So this is a cabinet built by recovered pieces from the Titanic, along with a wooden frame and a wooden tray. Imagine that. And we're back out at the grand staircase. Well, that was absolutely amazing. As my second time touring that, they did have a couple new items that weren't there last time, as well as some items last time that weren't there this time. So I'm glad I got to see it 2 times. Now, if you want to see something else similar to this video, not Titanic, but museum and creepy video artifacts, go check out this video next. I think you may like it as well, and I'll see you there.